Should be streaming now.
Beautiful.
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome along to the third race of the season. We're just getting the stream up and running. I think it's already up and running, but I'm just making sure it's all Gucci on YouTube. Stand by. Oops.
Go, mate.
Going.
First two cars now on the track now.
Beautiful.
Beautiful Canadian. It'll be interesting to see if it's the same old suspects that I had from the opening race that I attended. Let's see.
Yes, indeed. My co-commentator ardie-chengz did have a week off last week to attend to some important commitments, I believe. So
very busy man, very busy man.
You are a busy man, but great to have you back with us for round 3 here in Canada at the Gilles Villeneuve circuit. Looks like the weather is beautiful and clear for this qualifying session. I'm just going to try and bring up results from maybe the championship standings, ideally. Those opening 2 rounds.
I'll beat you to it, mate.
Okay, maybe that can be your job. You're the technology man.
Here, mate. Looks like Mr. Future Dreamliner, who we're on board with, or I am anyway.
So am I.
Amanda Williams. Got the win in the opening round at Portugal and got P4 last week, from what I can see.
Okay.
It's top of the leaderboard. Then we got Mr. Shockwave. He got second place last week, following on from a P3 in the opening round. And he's in P2. Then we've got a reserve, Broken Reptile, I believe.
Broken Reptile.
Got the win last week.
Who is racing?
Yeah, got the win last week after DNS at Portugal in round 1.
Okay.
To finish up the podium places, then we got Stobby in P4, Combat Wombat in P5, Jackie Prez P6, Goodwill P7, Dan the Man the Racer P8, CN Goat P9, and to round out the top 10 we have your mate, the Kiwi, Crazy Kiwi.
Crazy Kiwi, good bloke.
He's got P10.
It's all starting to come back to me now. So Shockwave. A few names ringing a bell, that's for sure. I see Shockwave has set the quickest time so far. He was almost stationary going into turn 1 for some reason. I'm not sure if he was... Oh gosh, he's cutting every corner. I don't know if that's quite allowed. Oh boys, yeah, he's literally...
We should have caught that on stream. He must be coming back to the pits, I believe, after... doing a quick lap, but I still believe that's illegal.
He could be finding the cure for cancer, and he is not allowed to be doing that.
Yeah,
that is just not
recommend.
But
you know, I guess we can hop on board someone else. It looks like this. Let's see how we go to all that. I haven't opened up DRS, I'm assuming not. Yeah, he's
got someone on lap. I see Honest Crooks in the chat saying many and varied things.
Getting up to the old havoc that he usually gets up to, is he?
Yeah, just the standard from Honest Crook. He's in the McLaren today, so we'll keep a wee eye on him. He's got a lot to say for himself, but we'll see whether he can actually back up his talk with a performance here. Now, do we have any reserves tonight? I imagine Broken Reptile is a reserve.
He's indeed, mate.
I'm thinking possibly Albert in P12 might be a reserve too, could be wrong.
Let's have a look.
As Jackie Perez goes P1.
Do we have Albert_M_H is a reserve according to the standings.
Okay.
So I believe, yes, Mr. Albert is a reserve. As he finishes off his lap. He's starting lap, sorry. It'll be interesting to see if there's any quick reserves that are going to sort of spoil the apple cart with the first 2 rounds that we've had, because obviously if you streamline our Shockwave, we're going to have the usual suspects. Oh, touches the wall.
Who are you watching?
I'm on board with Albert.
Albert, yeah, I'm with him too.
I was about to say Fat Albert, but apologies, man. I'm sure you're not fat. But yeah, on board with Albert. Moving on to that one. Touch the wall in sector 1.
Reasonably tidy from when I've been watching him. He's hitting all the curbs. Into the heavy braking zone, and just as I say that, he's absolutely
slightly wide.
Yes, the hairpin, which will compromise.
He is sort of lagging a bit on my end, so I didn't know if that was just him, or do you getting that as well, mate?
He's looking okay on my screen, I think. He's going through the final chicane now, and he's aborted that lap, so he's come into the pits, thought better of it, and he's going to look after those tyres.
Just on board Mr. Crookie now, just to see what he gets up to. Mine slightly wide.
Certainly wide through turn 2. Well. Certainly wide through there.
Not recommended dying there.
Maybe costing him 2/10. Very easy to corner cut through that next sequence of corners, but looks like he's got away with it so far. Using all the track on the right and too much of the track, and he has absolutely bottled that. He's now using the Shockwave line through.
He's turned it into lawnmower. That one.
Yeah, not recommended.
Lawnmower line. Yeah.
See if he goes again. So at the top we've got Jackie Perez provisionally P1 on a 109.9. He's got a 4/10 gap to Shockwave in P2. Jackie's in the pits. Shockwave's out at the moment on a lap. I don't know if it's an out lap or a hot lap. It looks not like a quick one, so we'll keep tabs on him. Most of the top 5 are in the pits at the moment. See if Shockwave is lining up another hot lap. He's got a wee bit of traffic in front of him. Looks like a McLaren, potentially. Ooh, that could be a corner cut. Shockwave, he's cut that very fine, no pun intended. Oh, and Shockwave
goes purple.
I thought it was an out lap, and he's just gone P1 by 5 tenths. Yeah. Goes to show what I know. So the Red Bull man in P1, race winner, we believe, from last week. I should remember this because I did commentate, but... Oh, Shockwave, what are you doing?
Shockwave was P2 last week for my standings here, so
okay.
He was up there. Ooh, see how it go. It does a 10-7. Doesn't improve.
See him go.
You guys out on
6
the lap now. You doing their second ones?
Lawrence in the Alpha possibly has just gone P4. Good lap from him, so he's over a second behind Shockwave. Shockwave putting in a good application here for Tier 1, although his corner cutting antics will be catching the attention of the stewards, and the fact that we've focused on it on the stream will be not counting in his favour. But anyway. So looking down the order for any names that are possibly a bit low. Future Dreamliner.
I'm looking at Future Dreamliner there, but he's on mediums though, so...
He's on mediums. Does that mean his best lap has been on mediums, or he's on mediums now? I think it means he's on mediums now.
Surely the leader of the championship wouldn't do a soft time that's only 13th best at the moment.
You would think not.
That's what I'd think. But I don't know. We don't know, that's the thing, so...
There are many things we don't know, and that is one of them.
Yeah, that's one of them.
If I remember correctly, and I may not, I think he might have qualified quite low down last week, and then fought his way through to that 4th place finish, so...
Giving himself a bit of a challenge, I see. That was a good first challenge.
I like to call it the reverse honest crook. You know, qualify badly and finish the race well.
Although in saying that,
honest crook's the
typical honest crook form that he is currently 4th, but knowing him, he spent the first half of quali out, being a chimney. And for all those that are not aware of the impression, that is, he loves a good smoke, honest crook. He loves a good smoke, so... Yeah, up P4 so far, so good.
Looking solid for the McLaren man at the moment.
Good.
He is a reserve and looking to make an impression as someone's just gone P4 in his place. I think Stobie in the Aston has gone P4. And he's done that on mediums. He's done that on mediums. That is a...
he's still a second away from Shockwave on pole, but that's on mediums. That's...
The question is, what is the delta between mediums and softs on the circuit? It is a short circuit, so you'd imagine the delta, for that reason alone, might be a little bit smaller. But...
What's a reasonable pole time, though? That's the thing.
I would never clue.
Because I feel like a 109.4, that's a strong quick lap.
Certainly looking quick. Traditionally, these race spec tiers are quite close, and at the moment we've got a second between 1st and 3rd.
We do have Jackie Perez in P2, who just went purple to the 1st sector. Oh, that might be it.
Back in, stepping out, he's giving it everything.
And purple to middle sector. Keep that tight, there you go.
Briefly saw the delta there, it looked good. What can the Alpine man do?
Nice and tidy so far.
Opens the DRS. A little bit far behind the car in front for a tow. Can he nail the final
second to make up? Oh, that was tidy.
It looked tidy, but was it quick?
DRS nice and early.
We're about to find out. He's hugging the right-hand side, and he does a 109.4. He beats Shockwave by 10 thousandths, and Broken Reptile.
Broken Reptile just does that, yeah.
Says what you can do, I can do better.
They're all turning it on now.
Broken Reptile turning it on in the half. Delayed Lade, I think, has just gone P4 in the Ferrari. Positive early signs for that man. He's not had great results in the opening 2 races, I don't think, but if he could qualify anywhere near P4, I think he'd be quite happy with that. Future Dreamliner goes P6 on... Is he on used medium
tyres? Yes, he's on 3-lap old mediums.
What does he know that we don't?
It could be the strategy call. What's the strategy around Canada?
Yeah, but you'd think he'd not do 3 laps in the mediums, because then you're sort of compromising your tyre wear situation. So keep an eye on him. I suspect he'll do a soft lap at the end, I'm almost certain.
True.
Yellow flags everywhere. I think there's an Alpine going slow. Yep, it's Jackie Perez. On a thin lap, I assume.
Tonki, what happened to him? Did he retire? I missed that. Or did he have a moment?
I do not know, actually. That's something
Tonki retired. Let's see, who else is on? Quick lap. Ooh, Jackie Perez had a moment at the hairpin. It's going really slow.
What is Jackie?
Yellows.
Is he out of fuel? No, I don't think he is.
I went on board just as he was facing the wrong way at the hairpin.
He's not got a huge amount of traffic around him. What is he trying to do?
No.
I'm very confused.
We'll have a look at a few other guys. Maybe on quick laps as we have bench warmer or making contact with the wall through sector 1.
He's improved though, he's a 10th up. Currently P6.
So those yellows in sector 3 don't really, affect him too much. Keep this tidy. Reasonably tidy.
More yellows and there's a Ferrari going slow.
The guy's pulled out, I think. He might have validated. He lifted off through there.
CN Goat is going backwards at the hairpin. I'm glad I'm not a steward because they are going to have a lot of work to do. To potentially investigate a couple of things in this race this weekend.
A look, Mr. Honest Crook just validated at turn 2.
He has gone P5 though. He was P10.
And he
what?
Okay. So I've got a few lawnmowers out on the track today.
Nice to see.
Hey.
Where's the
Shockwave? Shockwave P3. Is he starting now?
He's 4/10 up on his delta from what I can see. Looks like that final chicane.
He's invalidated.
Is he?
He's invalidated.
Is he going to go again?
Well, I think it's this and next lap, unfortunately, so...
Oh no.
There's 2 minutes to go. I'll be coming in for a fresh set.
No, he won't make that. He won't have enough time, in my opinion. Knowing the speed at which the mechanics usually work in this game, he's got no hope. So Shockwave may have...
Who else is on a quick one then? We've got Stobby, just crossed the hairpin, and looks to be setting decent sector times. I've missed whether or not it's a purple or just a PB, I'm not too sure, but it's pretty tidy so far.
What can he do? Currently P9. P5. Oh, well.
Knocks Mr. Crook down, who's still in the pits. I guess, the lap time over here is what, 1:10? So I guess, I wouldn't be leaving too much later than that though, but there's the last few cars file out of the pits now.
Just on board here with delayed laden the Ferrari. Going from sector 1 on a hot lap. Chat is getting spammed by...
Mr. Honest Crook, I guess?
No. And someone even more annoying.
Rebot, okay.
Rebot, yeah. Lovely.
While you do that, Shockwave
has retired. I think he knew he couldn't come out again.
Yeah.
So he's had enough.
He would have had the this and next lap, so he was out early. I wouldn't recommend retiring on the track, lads, because I just saw Future Dreamliner across his car. Just still doing laps on track, and Future Dreamliner has followed our advice. He's put on the soft tyres.
Okay, keep an eye on him.
He was...
Delayed leg coming across the line. Can he improve? He improves by 2/10, but it's not enough. He'll stay P4. I don't know if he'll go again. Who else is coming around to do a lap?
Future Dreamliners. There is a Ferrari about to cross, but I'm not too sure if he's in a hot lap. But I'm on board Future Dreamliner now, who is a decent lap so far. What does he do? From 9th to
P4. Still
okay.
3/10 off. Who was I watching?
He has pulled out, so that was all. That's it for him, I think.
Okay. Jackie Perez is on a hot lap, coming down the back straight now. I didn't catch his delta.
I'm on board Broken Reptile right behind him. Oh no, he's come in.
Is that enough? He's boarded. Can Jackie Perez improve? He'll attack the final chicane. Oh, keep it out of the Wall of Champions.
Oh.
Sliding around. He only needs to improve by a 10th. Can he do it?
Yes,
yes he can. 2/10 up on Broken Reptile. Jackie Perez. The man, the myth, the legend.
Who else? We got delayed coming on a hot lap.
He's plenty of curve. I think he's only slightly up on his delta, so he may not be a
P5, he only needs to slightly improve, yep, to beat Future Dreamliner. There he does.
What's Dreamliner? Dreamliner's
CN? No, Dreamliner's pulled out.
Yep.
He crossed line with about 19 seconds. Oh, the sheep. It's
go.
What are you doing, son?
I've seen some things tonight. I've seen more in this qualifying session than I have seen in my multiple seasons of race spec so far.
Mate, you see things on these games. The only other person I can see is Dan, the racer, who invalidates the final chicane. So he is out, and I believe that is the corrected.
It will be that.
Standings.
Well, there we go. So,
man, wow.
Jackie Perez, P1, the man who. Now this is again testing my memory. I believe he DNF'd from the opening race after contact, but he's starting to.
How much you want to bet on that, mate?
Nothing.
You would have nothing because you are correct.
Thank you. And I believe he got a good result last week, so he's on the comeback trail, and pole here in Canada is the perfect way to begin tonight's.
He is Mr. P3 from China. Thank you very much.
P3 from
Jackie
China.
Perez.
Okay, alright. So Jackie Perez gets pole from Broken Reptile, the reserve in the Haas, by just over a tenth in the end. Shockwave P3, 2/10 back from Jackie. Delayed Lay P4 and the Ferrari. Future Dreamliner down in P5. Keep an eye on him. He's definitely one of the quicker guys in this series. Stovey P6. Honest Crook P7. He'll struggle to finish in the points from there. Goodwill P8. Benchwarmer P9. And CN Goat P10 in the second Ferrari. So, good qualifyings for the likes of Red Bull and both Ferraris in the top 10. Alora and Fire Sky up there in P12. That might be a decent result for him. But yeah, we'll see how this race unfolds. See what happens with the weather. That is always a big question, and it looks pretty good.
And strategy.
Looks
like Future Dreamliner with those used mediums. If that'll affect him in the race too much. Because I believe he takes those into the race, doesn't he?
He will. He didn't set his quali time, his best time on medium, so he'll start on softs, as far as I'm aware. But
he does have to do a stint on the mediums.
Yeah, he may come to rue those.
Maybe about 4 or 5 laps old.
Yeah, he may rue those extra laps in quali, but we'll see. There is a lot that needs to play out in this Canadian Grand Prix, and safety cars, of course, are very, very likely around here. It's a tight circuit. The walls are always beckoning you into them. And with a field of, what have we got, 18, 19 cars, the likelihood of some kind of drama is very, very high. So we will see.
Interesting to see what the bottom half of the field do with their strategy. Just bringing that up now.
I'll bring it up as well. So it looks like a mixture of mediums and softs. Interesting. No one breaking the hard tyres. So Jackie leads us around the formation lap.
I mean, with the likelihood of a safety car early, though, it would be a bit mad to go with the hards to start off with, I feel like, because it's just...
Well, there's pros and cons no matter what you do, and it's, you know, it all depends on when the safety car comes out, where you are, potentially in the order, what tyres you're on. There's so much that you need to consider. So we'll see how it plays out. Ardie, have you got any predictions for top 3? Do you want to put your neck on the line?
Definitely not Honest Crook. I'm putting my neck out. I feel like that's a safe bet.
That's a safe bet, yeah.
Safe bet, Honest Crook would have to do quite well to put it onto the podium. But I'm watching out for Future Dreamliner because I feel like he only did the one run on the softs, I believe. Even though he was about 4/10 from that pole time by Jackie, I still feel like he's... I mean, you can't really be a dark horse if you're currently P1 in the title, but I'll go Future Dreamliner as the race winner for me.
Okay, alright.
Yourself, mate?
I'm going to put money on Shockwave. I think he's been a consistently quick performer. He'll do well to get ahead of Jackie and Broken Reptile. Both of those guys are quick drivers, and they'll be difficult competition here. But yep, I'm going to go out slightly on a limb and pick Shockwave for the win here. Would not shock me one little bit. I'm full of puns. Not many of them are good. Alright. Grid lines up.
Here we go.
I'll try and get on board with someone who we can actually follow here.
Good luck, lads. Here we go.
Lights go out. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are go, go, go. Oh, no, we're not. Now we're go, go, go here in Canada. Good start from the man on pole, Jackie Present. Shockwave into P2. Takes that second position. Broken Reptile down to 3rd place.
Or contact Red Bull and the
Contact
Alpine.
down the order, and there is an Alfa Romeo. It's Clarence.
Oh, someone's around.
Oh,
Who's that?
Aloran's doing donuts at the back of the field.
Yes,
oh, no.
I believe Aloran. Meanwhile at the front.
Meanwhile at the front.
Stern. Someone's gone in for a dive. Future Dreamliner. Or was that delayed?
Don't know. Honest Crook's up to P6. He's all over the back of Dreamliner. Dan the race is up to P8 on mediums. Make that P7. What's he doing? Oh, he's scrapping with somebody. Oh, no. They're all off the road.
No. Red Bull's just lost his wing. Goodwill.
Oh, no.
He's going to have to come into the pits.
On board here with Stoby and P11. Yep. Oh, Goodwill's... Yeah, he's got issues there. Oh, they're chopping and changing all over the place in the middle of the field.
I think there's, the DSC. That's why they can't pass.
Oh, DSC.
DSC
Oh, my
out.
goodness me.
Lap 1.
So who's going to pit? Goodwill.
I'm hearing noises.
I think Goodwill will pit here. He's got... Oh, there's a few people in the pits. Goodness me. There's Shockwave's in the pits. Dreamliner's in the pits. Crookie's in the pits. Goodwill's in the pits. Do they all have damage, or are they...
There was a lot of carnage that lap. There's a Red Bulls have to double stack. Because Shockwave's the lead Red Bull, and Goodwill's... Oh, that's going to bring him down a bit.
Oh, my prediction for the race win, Shockwave, down to P16.
Mine was Future Dreamliner. Mine's in P17.
Oh, dear.
Jackie Prez, no pressure, mate, but it's yours to win from here, I believe. Unless Broken Reptile. He did get a good result last week. He's the race winner from last week, actually. Unless he's got a say in it, but
drive through for Stoby. Oh no. He just pitted as well, and he's forgotten about the Delta, I think. Now we're under green again. Stoby will be absolutely kicking himself for that one, but we carry on. Jackie leads from Broken Reptile. Delayed leads up into P3. We'll bring up the position change here to see who's gained in the early stages. Goodness gracious me. So Benchwarmer's up 5. Ian Goat's up 5. Dan the race is up 10 positions. Altonki 7. Toto 7. Braden 4. Crazy Kiwi 8. Albert 9. Wow. So some big early movers here.
And then some big names down the bottom there. Shockwave down 13. Dreamliner down 12. Stobby with a pen and down 12. Goodwill down 11.
Wow. Okay, so big drama here in Canada early on. We talked about the potential for mischief to occur, and it certainly has. Shockwave.
Yeah, it's not over. It's one race. Still 33 laps to go.
Indeed.
Honest Crook is leading out the stoppers. Looks like he didn't have to stack, or he didn't have to change a wing. But for some reason, he came out ahead of all the guys that stopped, putting us down in P7.
Yeah, I assume people... Oh, Benchwarmer spun. Benchwarmer has spun. He's facing the wrong way. He's... Oh, goodness me. Thank goodness for ghosting. Benchwarmer, all of that early progress.
Damage.
It's down the toilet. Is it going to be another...
Future Dreamliner!
Future Dreamliner.
He had a moment on the curb.
He's had his own moment. Oh, wow.
Tut. I believe he just reset. I don't believe you're allowed to do that, mate.
I've seen
he had a moment on the curb as I was watching Benchwarmer to see if he was letting cars through, and the next minute, Dreamliner was coming at him sideways.
Braden's in the pits. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things.
I believe he's going to have to pit as well.
Wow,
yep,
so
here he comes.
This order has been shaken up
again. Oh, that's drive-through. Oh, jeez.
Goodness gracious me.
Distance up the front.
So Jackie leads Broken Reptile. There's now a 2-second gap to delayed, and then the second Ferrari. So Ferrari's doing well early doors here, but seeing Goat's 6 seconds behind the first Ferrari. So huge gap starting to open up, and I think Jackie Perez and Broken Reptile have a chance here to really make this a bit of a 2-horse race here. We'll see how the deltas progress, but I think these two may be in a slight league of their own pace-wise.
We're back down the race or in the medium. He's up to 5th.
He's up to 5th, and he's within DRS range.
He's up 11 position from all that, so he's been a real big winner from all that carnage.
He certainly has. I think he did something similar in one of the first races. He really possibly jumped up the order quite a long way, and I don't think he ended up capitalising, but I think he's a fan of the alternate strategy, and he likes to just work his way quietly through the field, avoid trouble.
Nice and neat so far. Good. So he might be one to watch towards the end, because if he can make a good strategy and sort of stick with the guys out of the front, if there's any safeties or any other VSCs, he might be one to watch.
Absolutely. So the gap up front, still half a second or so. Broken Reptile is well and truly sticking with Jackie. We'll be mindful of that delta for now, but we'll stick with this battle, as I say that. Crazy Kiwi and Toto having a scrap to P7. And Crazy may just have passed Toto. Crazy's on the mediums, Toto on the softs.
I'm sticking with the guys at the top two, and it looks like Broken Reptile's just been sort of staying within DRS, not really using too much DRS as well. Meanwhile, Jackie in P1, he's down to 20%. So obviously using that ERS to stay ahead, while Broken Reptile's got DRS. But Broken Reptile's still at 90, so he's just biding his time, it looks like.
Broken Reptile is hoarding that ERS. I'd love to see it.
Biding his time. But then again, you don't want to use sort of keep it all there, because like if there's a safety car or a VSC, then you know you've just lost the opportunity to be able to gain it all back like Jackie would.
That's true. Yep.
Oh, we've got yellows.
Yellows
What
is
is that? Is the car around?
It's the Lauren, I think.
That is a Lauren.
And the other Williams. So Williams are having an absolute disaster of a day. Future Dreamline is P19, and a Lauren after an early, a positive start, I think. He qualified pretty well. He's now down in 14th and well away from the point scoring position, although points are scored down to P15, of course, now that I say that. And there's been a change for the lead. Broken Reptile, he's got himself a 3-second 10, but he has taken the lead from Jackie. Well.
He does have 60% ERS. Remember, he was at 90 about half a lap ago, so he must have been abusing that ERS coming out that back straight into the front straight. But I mean, is it worth the? What is it? 2-second pen?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Get out the front. See if you can stretch your legs a bit. He can get that lead.
Jackie Perez has almost binned it. He's now going to drop out of DRS zone. He lost the rear end through the right hander.
And that's the thing. So that 3-second calculation could have been worth it for Reptile. If he can stretch it out here, then it would have been worth it. But that's not me endorsing corner cutting. It's a no-no, guys. It's
a big no-no, except when it gets you the lead, then it's a maybe.
It's still a no-no.
It's just less of a no-no. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of corner cuts myself, and I think it's best in these races to avoid them like the plague. But easier said than done. As Jackie Perez says, enough is enough on those soft tyres. I'm going to come into the pits and try and maybe undercut Broken Reptile. Delayed as well. That wasn't a delayed decision from him. As he comes into the pits. You know your dad jokes are bad when you don't even enjoy them yourself. That's just...
He's full of the jokes.
So Jackie goes to the mediums. Where will he come out? Watching the mini-map, he's got a fair bit of traffic around him. Oh, goodness me. He's right in the midst of a train of cars.
Yeah, it's going to be good for the undercut if he has to battle.
That's true. He's got Shockwave in front of him, who's no slouch.
Oh,
so-
as he makes contact with the wall, I was on board Jackie. And Shockwave, I believe, made contact with the wall. It could have just been desync, but is he understeering? Maybe not, but he definitely did make contact with the wall there.
Oh, Shockwave tags the back of clearance. Oh no, it's not good for him, and it's not good for Jackie, who's trying to clear these two. He's on the ERS. Will he dive bomb Shockwave? Yes, he will. Sends it.
Gone.
Oh, almost contact. Oh, they do wheel bang.
Inside enough there.
Oh boys, there's going to be a DRS train here. Broken reptile. Does he come into the pits?
Innocent.
No.
Party in all of this. Here we go. They both go through, obviously, with DRS.
This could get ugly.
What happens next? Oh, it pulls out. Good man.
Jackie says that's enough.
You get a better run.
Oh, they both get DRS though.
Both get DRS.
Shockwave's got nothing left DRS wise, and Jackie surely will bomb him here.
He does.
Contact.
Oh, that's messy. That is messy.
Oh, goodness.
Still going for it.
Shockwave does not want to give it up.
He doesn't.
But Jackie makes the move stick. That could be absolutely crucial.
Outside.
Now Jackie needs to just clear these two cars behind him on older tyres. Make that 3 cars behind him. Make that 4 cars behind him with Honest Crook getting in on the party. And yeah, so Broken Reptile, he's still out front on those softs. He didn't pit the lap after Jackie.
How long did he draw out that first stint though? Because here he comes down the back straight. Does he come in?
Is he going for a
one-stopper
compared to Jackie's 2? Maybe he is.
Staying out.
He's not interested in defending that undercut.
Oh, got yellows.
There's yellows somewhere. It's been cleared already.
Okay. Oh, we got Stobby going for goodwill. Towards the eye, they make contact with a hairpin, and he goes wide.
This will be another DRS train.
Does he have another go? He's got a good run on him. Side by side. Ooh, oh, it's going to be an easy job there, I think.
Stobby will
Slow
get rated
car up ahead.
This one.
Or not. No. Great, must have been absolutely easy in DRS there. Anyway, it's been, 10 laps in? A third of the way into the race, and we still have 20 runners, which is a bit of a surprise to me.
That's a minor miracle.
All things considered, being, Canada, close walls, a lot of contact on the first lap as well, a lot of cars in the pits, and none of them retired, so
Yep.
it's good to see.
Credit to the boys, still going.
Did look messy there the first few corners of the race, but no DNFs, so that's what we want to see.
That's what we want to see, indeed. Broken continues. He's now on 10 lap old soft tyres, plus the laps he did in quali. As Toto comes into the pits.
Those tyres will be absolutely... Unless he's really good with his setup with the tyre wear, but I believe Canada's pretty high tyre wear track, to be honest. When other cars are doing, 6-7 laps on their softs from quali, he's made it out to 11 laps and counting now, so it's the tyre whisperer working with tyre.
He's looking pretty smooth at the moment.
Be interesting to see what the delta is to down the race behind. Because remember, he started on those mediums, so his tyre deg's not as high. It's still at that 12.5 sort of. As he finally comes in. The race leader's in, making sure not to speed.
Now, will he go on to the mediums? I assume he will. No one seems interested in the hards, although ex-Asher and P15 is running it currently.
Although he has stretched it out, no, he's on mediums.
Yep, so Reptile goes on to the mediums. Jackie should easily undercut him here. And does so.
Not close.
Reptile, does he filter out into some free air? Oh, he's got a... Okay, he's right behind delayed. And I don't think that'll be a delayed move to get past the Ferrari man. And I might need to find a new pun for the Ferrari. I'll work on that for the rest of the race.
Jackie Perez being slowed down by Crazy Kiwi here now. He's caught up to the two guys that started on the mediums. He has cleared Crazy Kiwi, but now has Dan the Man, the racer, right ahead. He should get by on those that 7-lap-old fresher tyres and DRS.
Should be a reasonably regulation move. Dan's got a wee bit of DRS in the tank, but I don't think that'll make a great difference.
Not worth fighting.
No. So the Alpines
he's not really racing.
Switch positions. Jackie Perez resumes the lead. Broken Reptile, how far
is there?
Broken Reptile's only, what is that, about 2 or 3 seconds behind? He's on now 5-lap pressure tyres.
That top 5. Oh, we've got yellows. Someone's gone slow. He wasn't, I missed it.
Down the order. Continue on though. Broken Reptile will want to clear Delayed as soon as possible. But Delayed will be getting DRS from Crazy Kiwi in front, who himself is on the back of Dan the Racer. Dan the Racer's just hanging on to those slightly, or very old mediums now. Crazy go for a dive bomb, no, he'll just look after that front wing, he'll utilise DRS here. Should be a fairly straightforward manoeuvre.
So it's the Reptile. They're all lining straight. Look at them. It's DRS straight.
Dan the Racer was on the DRS there trying to defend.
Delay's not going to have a go at him. And he'll make that easy. Broken Reptile, the only man not to get through Dan's Racer there. He'd want to stick close with Delayed and Crazy Kiwi. Otherwise they might sprint off. Can't afford that. But it is in Dan the Racer's best interest to, for his teammate up top to make it as hard for these guys to get past him.
It's true.
In case he can do them a favour.
It's early in the season, but I'd imagine that there are team dynamics starting to play out here. Dan the Racer loves a good scrap, and he will be fighting positions as much as possible, but Delayed Broken Reptile is just on much fresher mediums, and he made that look quite easy in the end.
He had to though.
He had to make it
Delayed and Kiwi sort of threatening to get away there, so got through. What's going on? Cook sort of drop back a bit here. About 5 seconds from Dan.
Oh, sorry. Broken Reptile and Delayed just made contact. Delayed made a late move to block the inside going into turn 1, and there was a little bit of contact with Broken Reptile front wing. I don't know if there's any damage sustained on the Haas car as someone brings out a yellow on the VSC for Albert, and we do have our first DNF.
What happened to Albert?
Albert's had an issue, and what's happened there?
I wonder what part of the track that was.
He's just stopped in the runoff, and Braden's got to drive through. Benchwarmer's got a 5-second pen speeding in pit lane.
Huge Dreamliner coming in once again. Had enough of those mediums, even though he's only... Oh, he was on the softs, that's right. That's right.
Dreamliner's gone on the mediums. I think these are the tyres he might have qualified on, because it looks like they've already got 2 laps on them.
Well, we safe to say we're good to revise our race win picks, because I don't think Dreamliner or Shockwave will be getting this one, right?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Mockers on him.
Crazy Kiwi comes into the pits.
Not looking good.
So the race situation, Jackie Perez leads from Delayed by just over 4 seconds. The Delta's doing some things for the gaps at the moment, but decently gap that the Alpine man has at the front. Delayed in second in the Ferrari, then Broken Reptiles now in third in the pass on fresher mediums in the cars in front, and Delayed's got to drive through for speeding
as it gets delayed.
under VSC. Oh dear. And
bring it right down.
that is likely to be Delayed out of contention, I'm afraid, for a top end position.
I must grab a safety car later in the race.
Yeah, that's the only thing that could save him. But that's unfortunate.
It'd be interesting to know when he takes with it. So do you take it as early as possible, get rid of it? Or do you sort of try to do a few quali laps? Sort of get yourself ahead of any guys who might be behind when you come out? No,
I think you serve it. You serve it straight away because there's an immediate...
It gets another pen, speeding a bit late. That's just...
no. The wheels have come off for Delayed, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
That rhymed. And
very, very delayed braking there.
Yeah, he was delayed on the pit limiter there, unfortunately, and the stewards were not delayed in giving him a 5-second pen. I wonder how long
we're in saying that.
Mileage out of that one.
He is only P5. Oh, wait, that's we're up to how many delayed puns? Up to 5 or 6 now.
Yeah. But no, you're right, he's in P5.
So,
does he need to pit again? Maybe not.
He's on 9-lap old mediums with over half the race to go. I think he will have to pit again.
See how it plays out.
I don't believe that will be the last VSC or SC that we see, so we might see whoever can take advantage of VSC or an SC at the right moment might benefit out of one or two stopper, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yes, indeed. Just riding on board the crazy kiwi. Going around the outside. Oh,
Messi,
boys. Oh,
that's Messi.
goodness.
And
out. Delays in the wall.
Delayed out.
And he DNF'd, and that probably should be a safety car, and it is.
Safety, yeah.
Well.
Messy. Very messy.
Oh, Shockwave could be one of the first in the pits, and he is.
Yes, he is.
And he's getting off those hards, thank you. He'll go on mediums and run to the end, I'm almost certain.
If they're brand new. Yep, he does.
Okay.
That was messy though. We have been told by the big dog, Matt Plebs, to, when you're going for the pass in there, it'll be interesting to see what the stewards say about that one, but that was just, you could see that coming out the whole way.
You're running too wide through the final corner. It's never likely to end well, and I don't know who I'd pin blame on there, but they both sort of seem willing to go side by side.
Stay impartial, mate. We are comms here for the comms, not to hand out the pens. So I'll just leave it to the anonymous stewards to deal with that. So a few guys that have come through the pits, but Jackie, he's just coming through the pits now, actually.
So Shockwave is pitted onto fresh mediums. I expect most people to go onto new tyres and probably fresh mediums. Jackie is on fresh mediums and Broken stays out. Watch out for guys like Dan the Racer and Honest Crook who have stayed out virtually the entire race on a set of mediums, and they can now pit from their elevated position.
Softs.
Can you do 17 laps on softs?
Crook goes to another set of mediums, so he's going to have to... Wait, that's right. Crookie would have started on on another tyre, because he did pit on lap 2, I believe. Because that's his second stop.
Yeah, so he pitted at the start, and then he's managed to jump his way through the field by not pitting for a long
he started
time.
on softs, and now he's doing another stint on medium, so he can go to the end on these tyres. And so did Jackie Preds in P2.
Honest Crook, the man who either finishes on the podium or DNFs, is sitting in 4th position on brand new tyres. Look at the penalty situation. A number of drivers do have pens.
Including Honest Crook.
Honest Crook has 6. Dan Race 6, and then the top 2 are 3.
Could it be the reverse commentator's curse? We said there's no way, no chance in hell that Crook's finishing on the podium. But
and then he goes and does this.
Meanwhile, the guys that we said would win the race are currently P11 and P16. So, reverse commentator's curse, I believe. Still early days. Still early days.
Future Dreamliner has had an absolute mare today. P16 has been two VSCs now, full safety car, and he's all the way down the order.
It's about just consolidating as many points as you can to keep that lead. It's only 5 points to Shockwave, so he might be looking at a new leader in the championship. Although in saying that, Shockwave's also down in P11, so it's just all about limiting the damage to Shockwave at this point, I'd say. Trying to see if he can get up as close to Shockwave. Who's in P3? Just Broken Reptile's currently in P3 though. He's 18 points from the league. I mean, if not to put the commentator's curse on him, but if he does do well in this race, he might be up there with those top two. So, look out for him.
Yeah, I think Broken Reptile is in trouble here. He's on 8 lap hold mediums. I don't think he can go.
He's getting pit.
He's going to struggle. Jackie Prez is going to be a lot quicker. Damn the race out. And Dam's on slots. I don't think you can do 14 hot laps and 3 safety car laps in slots.
Although in saying that, literally every single person down the field doesn't have to pit again. So they've all gotten rid of their starting tyre. They've switched over, so... Yeah. Meanwhile, Future Dreamliner, that's what, 4 stops?
4 stops.
That's not looking good, mate. Championship leaders had a nightmare.
You do not win races by getting the most pit stops, Future Dreamliner.
And that's the thing. Who knows if he just doesn't have the pace, which is maybe why he did the first couple of minutes in quali on mediums. Who knows? But man, being up the front does have its perks, because less likely, get involved in all the shenanigans down the field with so many cars in close proximity.
I've just noticed, I think Braden in P17 and Reedy are possibly a lap down based on the deltas, which is unfortunate for them. They don't seem to have been flagged through the safety car.
Because Braden's currently P17, but he's on track right behind P1, Breaking Reptile, so... And same thing with Reedy, right behind Braden. He's currently P2, Jackie Prez. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with the restart, if they just get pretty much immediate blue flags, because... it's a bit messy. But anyway, I believe it's coming in this lap, yep, as I say that. Here it comes.
Okay.
Time for Broken Reptile to do his thing. Back the field up, warm those tyres. Safe driving down the pack for these lads. So far so good. No penalties, because I believe if you're touching on another car under safety cards, it's an instant
5 seconds.
Instant 5 seconds, so keep it clean, lads.
Keep it clean, boys.
Interesting to see how long he keeps it. Broken has already... He's bolted.
He's broken away. He's gone.
And we have... Jackie must have jumped those lapped cars.
Clarence and Honest Crook scrapping. They're side by side through turn 1, and Honest Crook keeps... Did he keep the position? I think he might
has gone up, I believe.
I think he was P4.
Oh, Reedy's out.
Oh, Reedy's... Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Or is he in the pits?
I think
He might be. He was a lap down, and he's just decided he's had enough.
They would have had immediate blue flags. I think that's why Braden's down the back, the corrected order as well.
That is a terrible camera view. Oh, Delayed is out.
Delayed's been out for a while, man.
Is he? Okay, yep, no, true.
He's been out for a while.
He left the session.
He went out at the World Champions, remember that?
Oh, yeah, he was the cause for the safety car, yeah, of course.
Yeah, tough move. So he's had enough, he's out.
Have to do other things, fair enough. Back in the race though, Broken Reptile leads from Jackie Prez. Jackie's on those fresher mediums and sticking to the back of the half at the moment. Then the race is dropping back on those newish softs, which you'd imagine he needs to look after. Honest Crook lurking.
Don't see him making it though, that's the thing.
Clarence, I do not know why Clarence did not pit. Surely he had another set of tyres. But he stayed on
anything's
old softs.
better than 8 lap old softs with about 13, 14 laps to go.
That's a shame because where did Clarence qualify? I think he's jumped up a fair few spots. Where are we? Clarence is up 6 positions, so yeah. Then the race up 13, Crazy Kiwi up 12. They are the big movers in the top half of the field.
That's the thing though, I think Clarence would have started on the medium tyre, so he wouldn't have wanted to do a stint on the hards to finish off, so perhaps he's doing the medium softs 2-stopper, not medium hards 1-stop.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Shockwave and Toto scrapping it out for P10.
Be interesting to see who's coming in. Shockwave. That's right, he's got does he have a drive-through? The Shockwave with drive-through? No, he's pitting the tyres.
He's got wing damage, he's getting a new front wing. Wow, okay.
That's right, I must have missed that.
I'm still standing by my prediction. Still standing by it.
Well.
It may not be looking likely, but...
Any chance of getting the lead of the championship after this race? Because I feel like Dreamliner can just keep it clean now, keep it tidy. Currently in P14. And Shockwave's in 16, which is obviously the first position that doesn't get points in the new race spec points system. I say new, but it's been around for about 2 seasons now, I think. What a nice race.
Jackie Prez is all over the back of Broken Reptile. Using DRS. Reptile is not defending, and Jackie takes the lead of the race on lap 25. We've got 10 to go.
He does have 13 lap old mediums, so
he does. So we did not see that coming, but Jackie Prez does the business, and the LP man is back into the lead of the race and looking good on tyre strategy.
Alpine 1 and 3.
Good on penalties, yes indeed. Dan the racer, he is on those softs.
Whether or not Dan can last though, that's the thing, that's the question.
Yeah.
Crook's gonna start ranging up to him here. As laps tick on. As I say that. Takes about 2 tenths in the corner there. Yeah. Another 2 tenths. I think Crook's really going to be...
What's going on here?
Gone for pass, I think.
Either I've just witnessed some team orders from Stobie in P11, letting his teammate Toto past, or he is trying to steal DRS.
Toto does.
Toto gets DRS anyway, so that didn't backfire. That didn't work out.
So did Stobie, though, it looks like. Oh, he's pitting.
Now Stobie, or... Gee, if he's slowed down, that's a miracle. He has Stobie in the pits.
It's always hard to judge the pit entry at Canada because it's obviously you're going 300 plus k's now, so having to brake for that detection line there, it's always a bit of a tough one. But it looks like Stobie there got rid of a pen and he is now penalty free as well. There we go. Yes, he's now penalty free. Press softs. So he's down to the end. His last 9 laps on those fresh softs. See what he can do.
Gap's starting to spread out a little bit here.
So is the gap to Forrest Crook and down the racer as well. Crookie lost about a moment because he was just within DRS last time I checked up on him, and now he's 2 seconds back now. So
you'd expect that down the race's socks will be going off sometime very soon, but at the moment he's...
laps though.
Yes, surely he can't do 8 more laps.
16 laps in socks. I mean, it is a lighter load, but...
Yeah, fuel's down, but even so, that's asking a lot. I think he'll be skating around like Bambi on ice at the end of the race if he tries to stay out.
Oh, yeah.
Sector 1 is repaired. Crazy Kiwi hunting down on his crook at the moment. Not quite close enough at the moment on his crook. Keeping that gap around 7 tenths, which is plenty. He's got a wee bit of DRS of the McLaren man, 30%, and Crazy Kiwi a little bit less, so pretty evens in that regard.
Ooh, Goodwill, Clarence.
Oh
no.
Goodwill gets a penalty, and if he'll try to review that. What's Clarence? Clarence is in the pits.
I just caught the end of that, so I can't really say for sure who did what, but I just saw, I believe it was Goodwill, having to cut part of that final chicane, and saw bits of carbon fibre flying, so I believe it would have been Clarence's wing, perhaps? Or could it have been Goodwill's? Who knows? Let's have a look. Have a look at Goodwill's wing. He's still got his end plate, so I don't know, but I just saw some bit of carbon fibre flying across the track, so who knows whose that was.
Yeah.
Just have to keep an eye on him to see if he is coming into the pits.
That pit stop for Clarence was something we saw coming. He was out on those old socks, and he was never going to make it to the end. And so he pits back out.
Shockwave has caught up to him quite quickly, so perhaps Goodwood does have damage. There goes Cian Go. Cian Go's gone past. Does he pit? No. That was way too easy. No, it could have just been DRS. I'm not too sure, but it just looked like Cian Go went past him way too easy. I thought he had damage. No understeer, so it looks like he's good. Must have just been DRS and DRS. As Crook loses P4 to the Kiwi. Will now set his sights on that Alpine of Dan Damana, the racer. Since he goes on his Crook, you can't catch a 10-lap old softs runner. Give it to me, I'll show you how it's done. So let's see if Cookie can sort of stay on him and keep them DRS and have Crazy Kiwi sort of drag him towards Dan. So far so good with that DRS.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we've got an Alpine half to Alpine half top 4. Or Crook, you've got to commit. No, backs out. Wise choice, I think. Wise choice.
Very interesting, mate. Crookie trying to ruin the party here and
stick a McLaren and in there somewhere.
All up for the aesthetics. What's another interesting thing as well is just to keep an eye on those pens, because Dan the Racer in P3 currently has 9 seconds. And Crazy Kiwi has 6, Crook has 6, Reptile in P2 has 6, and Jackie Prez has only 3.
Yeah, so Crazy Kiwi's looking good for making a double pass podium here. Dan the Racer on those old softs with an extra 3 seconds of pens. But only just in front of Crazy Kiwi.
Does he get another pen? That's the question.
Yeah, we don't know where they are with your warnings, do we?
Yeah, that's a slow. I believe, was it? You only got slow for that sector.
Yeah, quite slow.
Degrees. Honest Crook goes for the pass.
takes
Down the back
Crazy
straight.
Kiwi. Well,
Yeah,
well. This is the
he's
fight for
the
the
one who's
podium.
he's gonna go for Dan the Racer, it looks like.
Yeah. And
I
Race
mean,
is just trying to hang on.
Those old...
He's trying to hang on. You've got
12 lap old soft so far.
Yeah, he's
Be a drive and a half if he can make it to the end on these tyres. They'd be cooked by now.
They say there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity, and I think Dan the Race is possibly treading it at the moment.
That line.
12 lap old softs with 4 laps to go. My goodness me. Dan the Racer is going to steal every one of these final 4 laps.
He's going for it. And it looks like Braden's in the pits going for the purple lap on those fresh softs. Because, let's have a look. Who currently has fastest lap? It's Stobby in P14. 11-0. Good, nearly a second closer than any other fastest lap, so it's going to take a lap and a half from Braden to take that off him, I think.
So, just looking at the penultimate podium at the moment. Benchwarmer P1, 17 seconds. Braden P2 with 14. And there's a few contenders for P3. We've got Future Dreamliner and Dan the Racer, currently P3 in the penalty championship.
As Dan the Racer gets
another
pen.
As I say that, and he's at a moment. Oh, he's spun or something.
No.
Yeah. Has he got a puncture?
Those old tyres, I think.
The softs have come back to bite him.
Those old tyres, that would be, yeah.
I wish I couldn't say we saw
it was bravery.
That coming,
but that was just...
We saw that coming.
A high tyre last track.
Yeah, no, that's a shame.
Up to 12 seconds now.
So Dan's got damage or something. Yeah, he's got no front.
So he doesn't have wing. He doesn't have wing. There you go.
So the second LP man, he fought on those old softs, but it was never likely to end well. And so now Honest Crook,
like it's a puncture. It looks like it's just had a moment, or not too sure. But regardless, it promotes Crook up to the podium place. If Crazy Kiwi doesn't have a say in it. So far, so good.
And Dan the Racer pits. Shockwave and Dreamliner knocking on the door of top 10. Shockwave is P10. Dreamliner P11, so they'll get a few points today, but nowhere near as many as they would have liked.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jackie Perez is looking absolutely imperious in P1. His gap P2 is now 7.5.
Boy,
someone's causing yellows. That's green. But Jackie is just... He's been in a class of his own. Other people have been tripping over each other, getting pins, cutting the track, going backwards. You name it, they've been doing it, but Jackie has just stayed out of trouble and looks also on for the victory here in Canada. I think the real battle here is for P3 at the moment. A few wee scraps going on for the field.
Goodwill.
Hello to...
The only closest as Cian Goat.
Oh, there's a scrap going on behind as well.
Oh, I pulled it up. Cian Goat's just past the Tonk man.
The Tonk Meister.
Tonky, he's on pretty old softs as well, 14 lap ultra softs.
Yep, and Shockwave gets Goodwill, who's decided to pit with 1 lap to go. Interesting strategy call. Maybe going for the fastest lap, fair enough.
Definitely. I mean, Future Dreamliner is now...
He's up to P10, Shockwave P9.
Is now right there. So it looks like he won't be losing the title now, unless Broken Reptile up in P2. Don't believe that'll be enough points for him to lose the title lead at the moment, but we'll see.
Yes.
Coordinating through the mats.
Quick shout out to the 2 drivers who don't have pins at the moment, El Tonki P6 and Aloran P7 now, as Toto has binned it somewhere. Oh, he's...
Hopefully you don't put the mockers on.
Toto's at a moment
just, in Sector 2.
Into Sector 2. That won't be a safety car, it's too late in the piece, but Toto drops out and that elevates Aloran to P7.
What a shame. Gone 99% of the race, only to DNF. That's That's tough.
Yeah, I think Crazy just got another 10 there. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah, Crazy's just got an extra 3-second 10, so Crookie now has a 3.8 second lead effectively. Quick shout out in the chat as well to Jojo Horselover and NZ Andre. Nice of you to pop in and say g'day. You both decent blokes.
Names sound familiar.
Yeah, I've heard them somewhere before.
They have crossed paths at one point.
Yeah, one of them's more decent than the other, but we don't need to go into the specifics of who we prefer. But anyway, we'll stick to the actual racing. So Jackie Prez coming down the back straight now. He has absolutely dominated this one, leading now by 11 seconds. He's just been in a league of his own. He's knocking on the door of Tier 1, but he'll come across the line here in Canada to win round 3 of the Tier 2 Open Pacific Series. Broken Reptile will come across the line for a fairly comfortable P2. The Haas reserve driver does a bit of weaving on the line. Gotta love it. And Honest Crook, the Mercurial Honest Crook, comes across the line in P3. Hang on. Al Tonki's Tonki's stolen it. Oh, Al Tonki, I do apologise.
The prediction stays, I believe, because we did say Crook wouldn't be getting a podium. We're about to eat our words, so
you know
man,
what?
El Tonki coming through and saving our bacon there.
I love that. I love a driver who doesn't feature much in the highlights of a race, but he goes about his business quietly, doesn't get any pins. Started P14 and he comes across the line P3. That's a feel good story.
Driver of the day, surely. That's driver of the day, surely.
Oh, someone else got some good position gains, but yeah, no, that's excellent from El Tonki. Crazy Kiwi gets driver of the day. I think he made his way through the field nicely as well, but there was some there were some magnificent drives there, and there were some drives that words fail me for in the opposite regard. Stewards will be busy if reports are put into half of what we saw there.
Certainly quite a bit to report there, I think.
Especially from Quali. Quali was something else.
Messy.
Yeah. A bit of Messi, a bit of Ronaldo. But yeah, Jackie Prez gets the dub for Alpine. Reptile P2, El Tonki P3, excellent drive from him. Honest Crook P4, decent performance from the McLaren man. C and Goat, good drive for the Ferrari driver, coming home P5. Crazy Kiwi all the way from P18, brings it home P6, so more good points for Haas. Valorad Fire Sky, really good drive from him. I believe that's his best finish of the season. P7. Shockwave P8. He started P3. He was my pick for the win. He had a nightmare of a race. It's almost a miracle he brought home that many points, but maybe at the end of the season he'll be happy with that. Clarence P9, not a bad drive from him. Stobie rounds out the top 10 in the Aston Martin. Dreamliner P11. Gee, he had another nightmare as well. Goodwill, not a great day for him. So yeah, just a real mixture of fortunes there.
Because Shockwave was behind Dreamliner on track, but I think it's just those pens. I believe Dreamliner must have racked up quite a few for him to drop down the field that much. So he will lose a few. It's only 5 points, remember, from P1 to P2. So it'll be interesting to see if he does keep that. But all in all, very terrible day for our championship leader.
Yeah, not too good at all. Certainly a lot to learn for the Tuesday drivers. Some of these guys race on Tuesday night as well. Two commentators here also race on Tuesday, so good to see how things pan out.
Me notepad for the strategy's been filled up, so
You've been writing your book.
Thanks for Thanks for all the data, boys, about what to do and what's the best strategy and all that sort of good stuff. That's always very handy for the regional races on Tuesday. But all in all, very exciting race. We'll have to wait and see who comes out on top next week at Britain, I believe it is.
Oh, Britain. Love me some Britain.
Good old Silverstone.
Britannia. It should be good. But yeah, there was some consideration about doing post-race interviews tonight, but I forgot to put a message in the chat, just making sure everyone had their setting put right. So Jackie Prez will have to maybe wait till next time and see if he can replicate this result again in Britain. But yeah, we might leave it there. I've been kickbuttkiwi. I've been joined by ardie-chengz tonight, and yeah, it's been great having you all along for this commentary masterclass.
It's been fun, mate. It's been fun.
Pacific Series once again. And yeah, we hope to see you again for coming races, potentially next week in Britain. Any further thoughts from you, Ardie, before we kill the stream?
Oh, mate, just thought I'd say, don't, whether or not I'll be there next week, who knows, because even I don't at this point, so...
that's why I don't add any certainty to it, but...
we'll just have to wait and see, really. I'm like a box of chocolates, mate. You never know what you're going to get next week, so...
You're the honest crook of commentary, you are.
That's it, mate, that's it.
Yeah. So, alright.
Anyway, it's been fun, mate.
Yeah, it's been good. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully see you again in the coming weeks. Alright, take care of yourselves, everyone, and good night.
XOXO Gossip Girl.
Love you lots. Goodbye.